Yeah, so we are we finally did it. We just got out. I think it was, I want to say I stopped right here because it was right after random Hajeel saves Gillian and Metal Gear from the runaway turbo cycle. And so yeah, it brings us back to Queens Hospital, which we learned had a basement. So I guess we're probably gonna infiltrate the basement with random, and no, who knows? There'll be maybe some shooting or something. Reminders, of course. There is the chaos points for the FPS. That's still ongoing. Still got the some game poll, and yeah, and Pip Fantasy also. If you have not done Pip Fantasy and you want to, you are of course welcome to fill that form out. We got 22, so we have tied the last season's participation. Pretty happy with that. Very, very flattered that people still want to do it. Always a good sign. And yeah, I think now we can just go ahead and get into it. Had a long walk with Diego this evening. It was very good. Diego was ready to live his best life. You always love to see that. I imagine there's not gonna be anything new here, but I'm still gonna check anyway. Yeah. Number of cars are parked illegally. Destroy them. Appears to have been adequately maintained. I guess Random's gonna have stuff to say, yeah, because Random's hanging out with us. Directly above a section of the abandoned two-liner subway system. The subway? I love a good train level. Got the date from earlier. Visit so you can open any time. Okay. What do you think, Random? I'll know when I get in there. Thanks, bro. All right, let's go inside. Yo, sup, Echo? How's it going? We're snatching out here. Inside the hospital. You know what my guess is, that the entrance is probably underneath that desk with the rails on it. That would be my guess. Did Diego snatch any bread? No, there was no ground bread on our walk tonight. He got close to a few squirrels, I would say. Was kind of the height of the adventuring. Some squirrels that weren't really looking out for a good old dog as much as they should have. Let's ask again. Let's talk to. Definitely looks like it's not being used. I sense something. Their smell. 10 dead squirrels. Oi. Pitch black in here, ain't it? Oh, maybe with Random we'll have enough strength to push the desk. All right, here we go. I think you're right. Okay, that means we can do it, Chief. Must be a switch. All right. So we're not gonna just push it. Okay. Well, my next thought is that it would be this thing, right? This would be the switch. It's just a vase. Oh. Doesn't this look like the picture? I mean, I guess so. All right. Come on. Oh my God. The desk slid to one side, revealing a stairway. Well, yeah, your personal assistant in this game is Metal Gear. It's named Metal Gear. And at one point, Harry Benson, the designer of Metal Gear, says that it's a reference to the Metal Gear menace of the 20th century. So it's kind of, it's ostensibly Snatcher takes place at the time in the Metal Gear continuity, but really like literally the Metal Gear continuity, right? Like literally, like, cause this game, would have been made after Metal Gear 1 and 2, but well before, several years before. No, well before. The original Snatcher would be well before. So, actually, thinking about, because the original version of this game is like 88 or 89, isn't it? I have the date as 94 on the stream because that's when the Sega CD version is released in America in November 94, but there are a bunch of versions of Snatcher.
This apparently leads down to a lower level.
It looks like Jamie was right. Queen's Hospital does have a basement.
And that basement is the Snatcher's main lair. Out of the frying pan and into the fire, as they say. Well, what do we do now, Gillian?
Peep. Straight down. I wonder how many characters are like directly inspired by Sting as Fade Routha, because we already talked about it last stream that Random Hajil is very much Sting as Fade Routha in Dune, but you also have characters like Yazan Gable in Zeta Gundam who are also just Sting as Fade. Yeah, 1984 Dune. It's like a weirdly paced film. You might even say a badly paced film. Is it cool though? Extremely. Do not have any dust. Oh. What is this? Is this related to Kojima? So Snatcher is one of two, I would call like visual novel adventure games that Kojima directed, like wrote and directed. The other one being Police Knots. And what's interesting about Snatcher is that, of course, most of the versions of Snatcher that were released are JP exclusive. But for some reason, Konami did a official English release of Snatcher for North America with English, like pretty reasonably good for 1994, like really good English voice acting for a video game. But yeah, so yeah, this is basically, yeah, it's a Kojima video game. It came after Metal Gear, at least 1, and before Metal Gear Solid and before Police Knots. Disco Elysium is a ripoff of this. I mean, I don't think Disco Elysium is cyberpunk enough is the problem. I wish it were. I mean, well, I don't know. Disco Elysium's good in different ways. Also after Penguin Adventure. I don't think I'm familiar with Penguin Adventure.
It's a very narrow stairway. We'll have to go down single file.
Okay, who's going to take the point?
That's obvious. The guy with the light.
Hey, that's not fair.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's got,
Well.
It references, lots of movies, Blade Runner. It references other Kojima games.
It's the same hallway, but not the one that's on the first floor.
So what does that mean?
An entire floor of Queen's Hospital has been duplicated underground.
Yes, stupid?
So the same floor is both upstairs
yeah, sub 16X,
and
howdy.
downstairs. Sort of like parallel worlds.
So that desolate setup upstairs is all just a smokescreen. They're making it look like the place is closed down, but in reality, they're keeping themselves quite busy.
Gillian, that means we're already right in the middle of their headquarters. Please use extreme caution.
What could possibly go wrong? All right, let's examine everything. Reception booth, 3 doors. I imagine they'll just be switches again. It's for the MSX, and it's a 2D platformer with the perspective a crash. That's weird. I mean, I feel like I have to look this up, but yeah, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Blade Runner, some Terminator. Obviously, I already mentioned the Dune, the 1984 Dune connection with Random Hajil basically looking like Sting as Fade Routha. Monitors are switched off, but the AC power lamps are still lit. All right, yeah, I assume it'll just say closed for all these, but I'm gonna check anyway. Yep. Replaying this with a guide because I lost the save progress was really weird because it really revealed to me like what is actually essential for progress. Because sometimes you really do need to just like hit a particular option, and then sometimes it really is just like, I don't know, do a look or investigate 8 times. And it's never really, you know, like you wouldn't know without testing which it is. Structure and design of the hallways and rooms is identical. Yep. Switches here to open the doors. All right, yeah, so the switches are still there. So I imagine we'll just, oh, there are only 2 door switches. Is it gonna be binary? That'd be really funny. All right, let's see. Oh, no, okay. So they still do correspond, it's just there's no immediate apparent switch 3. If it was really duplicated from above, I'm surprised we didn't, you know, come out of door 3. Well, we might as well move. Or let's talk. Please be more quiet. Yeah, look at all this stuff. Yeah, I want to smell. Any hospital, any operating one. Operating table. Look it up. Now, search engine found critics and fans describing. I mean, I guess there's a few years that separate those. Star Trek TNG sickbay. It does have a little bit of that vibe. I feel like there's more exposed cables, really, than that. Like, I feel like Star Trek, like TNG especially, would be very like sterile electronically. Various X-ray devices have been installed in the ceiling. Number of brand new medical monitors are installed. Appears to be a standard operating table. Yeah, cables. All right, let's poke at some of this stuff. Oh, is that really what this is for? Is this? Oh my God! Mind-boggling effects. I love these. The bathroom at the Snatcher apartment had that too. The little pan over just to the side. Very funny. Yeah, no, the visual gags are very good. I mean, working on Death Stranding 2, presumably. I'm actually looking for it. That might be. I don't know what it would take to get me to play like a new release on launch in modern times. I'm generally not doing that. Death Stranding 2 is pretty close to. I really like Death Stranding 1. So maybe, you know, maybe. Also posting Instagram. Announced that GTA 6 has affected. Oh, has it? I almost feel like GTA at this point is like its own ecosystem. You know, like some games just like exist separately in their own separate sphere of influence. I feel like it's like, because I don't know who's still playing GTA 5, but like there are people, right? Like that's still a hugely popular, commercially successful game. I played it once in like 2015 and I put it down. I said, okay, that was fine. Surface of the bed is still quite warm. It's as if someone was lying there until just moments ago. Yeah, I mean, I know it is a big thing, but like, I don't see the people playing it, right? Like, I don't give a damn. You know, so like, I see more people playing, like, I don't know, Vice City in 4 than 5. Presumably GTA 6 will be big. I mean, well, yeah, look, this is a mutual feeling. You know, I'm out here on twitch.tv playing, you know, a 1994 video game. Like, people tell me all the time that games are huge, and I just truly don't care. Like people tell me, like, people play RuneScape. RuneScape is fictional. People made up RuneScape, you know? I never heard of RuneScape until like 2015. It's a fiction. This one was invented by a writer. Oh, the surface is warm. Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that, like, I don't know. I realize maybe I shouldn't say it as the children who are wrong, but it's probably in my heart of hearts. It may be what I believe. Yeah, it never happened. Oh yeah, no, you know, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I like the GTA series. Like, you know, I've speedrun Vice City. I love 3. I mean, San Andreas is good. 4 is probably up there in terms of games I've replayed. 5 is boring. Like, you know, I think I played through 5 maybe once or twice. It was fine. But it wasn't like, you know, a top game of all time for me in the way that it's been for a lot of people, right? GTA 4 is the bowling one. That's right. That's the one where your cousin Roman asks you to go bowling. I wonder if there's anything else we need to investigate. Do I need to investigate that skeleton again? I know absolutely nothing about 5. Zero memetics about it. Yeah. Are the GTA 4 DLCs better than... I think in some ways they are. I mean, like, if you just want, like, big explosive fun, like, Ballad of Gay Tony is, like, yeah, that's the best one. Yeah, that's just really fun because they give you so much, like, so much funny stuff to play around with. You got some really crazy missions in that one. All right. Yeah, Lost and Damned is, like, I mean, motorcycles are fun, so. Has there been a fishing minigame in GTA? I'd be so... Has there not been? Huh. Yeah, I'm just thinking about that. I guess not. All right, let's go check the other room. Oh yeah. That guy's fun. That's a really fun character too, player character. All right. That is kind of a googly sound, isn't it? Frankenstein could show up at any minute. It's the name of the doctor, not the monster. I mean, but okay, I understand. Big the catfishing is traumatic. I'm not blaming you for that. But have you considered Breath of Fire 3 fishing? Have you considered Trails in the Sky fishing? There's a lot of good fishing out there. It just happens to be in JRPGs. Stardew Valley fishing? Stardew Valley was a game I played 20 hours of, and then I looked up how things work, and I lost the will to play it. It's a good game, though. Vice City probably forever favorite. Any interest in revisit the franchise shortly after 5? Yeah. I mean, yeah, I wonder if, would I say Vice City is my favorite? It's either Vice City or 4, I think, is one or the other. Depending on like the level of slapstick comedy I want in my life. Oh yeah. Wasn't it 15 that had the like VR DLC fishing or something? Terror from the Deep. That seems jacked. Ruined Sonic Adventure. Spoil the final bosses because they only fished. I think it was big. Yakuza Zero Fish. I don't think. I mean, I usually don't do much side stuff in the Yakuza games. Black Desert Online. Yeah, I'm doing. Is GTA 6 supposed to be like set in modern times, or is it like? Do we know what time period it's set in? This is probably common knowledge that I just haven't bothered to look into. Is it okay? The trailer made it look like modern times, but I don't know. I wasn't 100% on that. It could have been 90s, maybe. I forget if there were. Do we see any phones? So I know like GTA 5 had like smartphones, which would indicate it's modern. All right. Sure, all the points. Yeah. BDO, the one where the dev. I don't. Is that? We got a lot of nouns being dropped here. Equipment techniques. Most of these methods were abandoned years ago. So okay. So at this point, I think what's pretty clear is that somehow Snatchers are going to be connected to the catastrophe. I think because it seems like the Snatchers are like out of Russia like 50 years ago or however long ago. 20, 30 years behind the times, yeah. The design of the lab is in violation of a number of biohazard prevention safety codes. Oh, also, we have not, no one has said it yet. But my guess is that, because I forget how much of this game I've seen before, or if I'm thinking of like different, because I can't remember if I'm thinking of this game or if I'm thinking of Fallout 4. But I feel like Harry Benson is like Gillian and Jamie's kid or something. Like we're gonna get the photograph, it's gonna be, and it turns out they were like cryo frozen in Siberia or something. That's my guess. It just seems like, but I don't know if that's my guess because I've actually seen the ending of this game and I don't remember that it was the ending of this game. So if that is a correct call, then like it's probably because I saw this at some point. But when you have an incomplete photograph, you just know that the other people in the photograph are characters you've already met. And the only couple that we've already met are Jamie and Gillian. We haven't met anyone else's significant other. Like we haven't met like Katrina's mom or something, you know? Who snatches the Snatcher is a good question. Breath of Fire 3 is incredible vibe fishing. You're not wrong. Smell. Take a room at the room next door. Well, how are we gonna do that? All right. Can I? Wait. Use switches. There's only 2 switches. Investigate door 3. Morgue. All right. Investigate door 3. Strength alone won't be enough to open it. Damn. Which game has the most cursed fishing? Yeah, that's a good question. I feel like I bash RuneScape a lot in this stream, but I really do feel like every time I see people talking about RuneScape, it makes me feel insane. Like it truly is. Like, oh, you know, I'm working towards 99 farming today. You equip the fishing rod, push the button, you have fished. Well, there you go. It's that easy. Go fish. All right. You know what? I'm gonna move to door 1 because sometimes in this game you've needed to go to like the one and then back to the other. Is it still there? Thought it'd be an actual to finish the big. Oh, yeah. I mean, I think one time when I was a kid, I was playing the James Bond Game Boy game, the one that's like a Legend of Zelda type game. And I really didn't want to do the like poker grinding to get enough money to like get past some point. And I think I managed to talk like one of my parents into playing poker in James Bond Game Boy so that I could advance in the game, which is really funny. I still don't like gambling shit in games, but you know, obviously I would carry that weight today. I promise. But like also my parents are on the older side and they don't understand video games at all. Like they truly I think the most advanced video game that my father ever played was Rad Racer for the NES. Oh shit. Ah! Fishing in MH Wilds. Kind of obtuse.
Did I get it?
The Snatcher's functions have been terminated. There's no doubt now that this is their maintenance facility. This one was probably still waiting to get its artificial skin installed.
So this is what they really look like, huh?
Yeah, that's the scariest thing about them. You can't tell them from real people once they've got that skin on.
Perhaps that's humanity's great weakness. We're always judging books by their cover.
And it's just that human weakness that they're out to take advantage of.
All right, Random. Metal, let's go. The HQ's junk squad.
Golden Nugget is on
Here,
Pip,
him
yeah.
Later. We've got an investigation to do.
Terminated? Ha ha ha. The world has unskippable blackjack level. Hate it because of roadblock. Yeah, that sounds miserable. That pair of James Bond games for PS1, Tomorrow Never Dies, and the PS1 world is not enough. Seem like such weird games. As these Snatcher use the same dialogue, so you can see a chubby. Oh yeah. I mean, look, there's always works that we're all waiting for. I'm waiting for Robert Caro to release the 5th volume of the LBJ biography, and I'm concerned it's not going to happen at this point. But, you know, you can't win them all. Get a few hundred. All right, look at the Snatcher. Investigate the Snatcher. All right, I guess we're good. Smell the Snatcher? Now it's down to just room number 3. Okay. But how are we gonna open it, dog? Cannot be opened manually. Well, The Last Guardian did come out though, you know? Currently waiting for Rise of the Robots 3. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Pathologic for the true sickos. So I wonder if the switch is in one of the rooms. If there was one in the operating room, there are bound to be others. Does that mean I should go back to door 2, maybe? Nah. Oh, the board, yeah. I mean, look. If I went with Pips and Pips is... Oh, jeez. Jeez. Novel full of retconned lore. God bless novelizations. I'm gonna reinvestigate everything. Third door is just like the other two. What wasn't it like? Was it last week where there was just a bunch of Half-Life 3 rumors happening? Like it was, you know, like we were living in 2010 or something. What was up with that? Who was doing that? What? Just like a religious revival for Half-Life 3 rumors. Oh, there we go. Yeah, 1 and 2 at the same time.
All right, let's try pushing both buttons simultaneously.
The 2 buttons are on opposite panels, so there's no way one person can push them both alone. But if 2 of us work together, it might do it.
That's it, Gillian. It makes perfect sense. It's the same system they used to use in nuclear missile silos in the late 20th century. Eliminates the risk of one man going nuts and acting alone.
Well, it's hard to be sure, but let's give it a try anyway. I've got button 1. Random, you push number 2. You ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Come on!
You did it! Door number 3 opened.
With safety measures like that, they must have had a good reason for wanting to keep it closed.
Whenever I think about situations where you have to get 2 characters to press buttons simultaneously, I start thinking about Resident Evil 5. And so that whole sequence, my brain is just yelling, Sheva! 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 You know, just constantly. It's all I can say, all I can vocalize when I think about pressing 2 buttons simultaneously with 2 characters. You hate RE5 and 6? I mean, I never finished 6. So I don't really have opinions about it. 5 is good. Playing RE5 veteran with like a college friend is like a very high tier video game experience for me. I had a lot of fun with that. I mean, it's more action oriented for sure. If you're like a classic RE fan, you know, you're probably not a fan of RE5, which I get. Yeah, 5 wasn't as campy. It was like, I mean, it was like campy in like a very like 90s trashy kind of way, I feel like. Like when Albert Wesker says global saturation, you know, like, yeah, we're camping in a, like what, the finale's in a volcano. It's so stupid. I love it. Oh yeah, no, Gregory, that's correct. You are doing the correct thing. I mean, 5 is like, is 5 still the best-selling RE game of all time? I know 5 sold so much. Chandler Streamer City said RE5 is better than The Last of Us.
God!
I mean, if you like action, RE5 is more of an action game than Last of Us. I like Last of Us. Last of Us is fine, but
Perhaps victims of the
5 is across all platforms. Okay.
Well, it doesn't look like whoever put them here was too worried about making sure they would rest in peace.
No, it doesn't. These have got to be their victims.
This is probably where they hide the bodies of the originals they snatch from places
Wow.
like Outer Heaven.
They probably picked Outer Heaven because it gets a lot of VIP traffic. Plus, during masquerade time, they could work the place and still keep their identities secret.
Yeah, and the guy who set up the link between them and Outer Heaven was Freddy, that taxi driver. They must have gone after him not because of who he was, but what he did. After all, with a taxi, there's plenty of chances to milk your customers for information.
Oh, it's not realistic at all.
Probably how they learned
But
about
I love it.
Outer Heaven and Plato's Cavern.
I've been wondering what they had done with the bodies.
Want to hide a book? What better place than the library? Need to hide a body? How about the morgue?
And for them, keeping the bodies hidden is crucial. I mean, if somebody who's supposed to be dead is out walking the streets, it wouldn't be too hard to figure out that something screwy is going on.
That means that if we can figure out who these bodies were, then we've just nailed 4 snatchers.
We can figure out who the body. I mean, they look dead to me, Chief, but okay. Well, we got to smell this room. This is a weird song for this room too. Got a little, yeah, it's got a little pasta on the spaghetti there. You know what I'm saying? A little bolognese on the broth. Ventilation duct on one side of the room. All right. Oh! Gross. Maybe we need to see that one more time. Yeah, there's Besides the bodies, some dust and scraps as well. The maggots infesting the newest body. Called Irish Pub today. Oh, jeez. Number of different insect larvae have infested the body. Because if you can voice actually really oughta. Oh yeah. I mean, well, you know, it's I have to imagine a lot of those like the video game voice acting stuff, especially for, you know, actors who don't just don't care about video games. You know who also says that a lot? Not just Ray Liotta, or I mean, rest in peace to Ray Liotta, but every time Mads Mikkelsen was interviewed about Death Stranding, Mads was it's like, I don't know what this is. I said the lines. Can be divided into 8 large groups. Each of those groups works on the body for roughly 15 days, making a 8 times 15 day or 4-month cycle. As such, an analysis of the variety, number, and size of the organisms on the body allows a rather accurate estimation of which group is currently present. In other words, you can figure out how long the victim has been dead without analyzing the body itself. On this particular body, flies have laid eggs, and the maggots have grown into adult flies, so it has been less than 30 days since death. As for the other 3 bodies, 1 full cycle has been completed, so at least 4 months have passed. Mads being like, I don't even know how to play that. Yeah, I mean, what's really like, and I don't blame him either. It's funny to think about, especially with a game like Death Stranding, just like the whole like dual analog stick like thing. Like, it's so common. Like, if you play video games, you're used to it. But I imagine if you don't play games, handing someone like the controller and asking them to do that, it doesn't work right away for most people. I don't remember in high school, and I was doing like Halo LAN parties, and someone who really didn't play video games would come over and like try to play, and they're like, "What do you mean? Like left movement stick, right movement look? Like what? Left stick movement, right stick look? Like what? Huh? Not to mention all the other buttons and what they might do." Oh, the teeth. I mean, oh. I guess the teeth are gone. What is Ray Liotta's most powerful? I feel like it would almost be hard to gauge like who is someone's most popular character. Like, that's really like Ray Liotta, because Ray Liotta had a bunch of characters. I mean, Goodfellas and I know he's in other stuff. I forget. Deliberately misaligned to prevent identification. Jeez. There's a way to identify. Can perform a simulated reconstruction. Oh. Reconstruct. All right. Oh, this is getting weird.
Now performing simulated reconstruction of the head and facial features of each of the 4 victims. Commencing with victim number 1. Now performing craniometric analysis. X-ray and sagittal X-ray, magnetic resonance imaging, and positron CT data gathered. Complete cranial data now being compiled. Craniometric analysis complete. Now commencing reconstruction. First, victim's age. Estimate based on 1. Presence or absence of cranial fontanelles and chroma of epicranial sutures. 2. Area of facial region and cranium. 3. Height of upper and lower jaw and development of alveolar part. And 4. Location of cranial center of gravity. Next, victim's sex. Estimate based on 1. Overall size of cranium. 2. Parietal bone angle. And 3. Development of splachocranium. Lastly, victim's race. Estimate based on 1. Overall cranial configuration. 2. Volume of intercranial cavity. And 3. Mass of the skull. Now commencing soft feature reconstruction based on averaged results of above analysis. Reconstructing.
I was thinking that purple, yeah.
Phase completed. Margin of error on estimate of victim's race, 10% based on use of averaged values. Now adding postulated hair and eye features. Reconstruction of head of first victim completed.
It's Freddie Nielsen.
Moving on to second victim. Now commencing reconstruction of features of victim number 2. Now starting craniometric analysis. Complete cranial data now being compiled using the same techniques as the previous reconstruction. Craniometric analysis complete. Now commencing reconstruction using the same techniques as the previous reconstruction. Reconstructing. Initial phase completed. Margin of error on estimate of victim's race, 10% based on use of averaged values. Now adding postulated hair and eye features. Reconstruction of head of second victim completed.
That's Lisa Nielsen.
Moving on to third victim. Now commencing reconstruction of features of victim number 3. Now starting craniometric analysis. Complete cranial data now being compiled using the same techniques as the previous reconstruction. Craniometric analysis complete. Now commencing reconstruction using the same techniques as the previous reconstruction. Reconstructing. Initial phase completed. Margin of error.
You can't reconstruct a haircut from the skull? What do you mean?
Average values. Now adding postulated hair and eye features. Reconstruction of head of third victim completed.
Who in the world is that?
That's the director of Queen's Hospital, Shin Fui, what's his face,
Chin Shu O Gillian. Moving on to last victim. Now commencing reconstruction of features of victim number 4.
This one's the most recent. It's still decomposing.
Now starting craniometric analysis. Complete cranial data now being compiled using the same techniques as the previous reconstruction. Craniometric analysis complete. Now commencing reconstruction using the same techniques as the previous reconstruction. Reconstructing. Initial phase completed. Margin of error on estimate of victim's race, 10% based on use of averaged values. Now adding postulated hair and eye features. Reconstruction of head of final victim completed.
It's the Chief!
What?
The Chief is a Snatcher! The Benson on the scrap of that patient record was Benson Cunningham.
Judging from the condition of the body, I would estimate that the snatching took place approximately 1 month ago.
So it was the Chief who sabotaged our turbocycle. And those matches we found in Harry's room, the Chief must have put them there to try to set him up.
No doubt Harry figured it out and decided to leave that face-to-face message. Wait a minute. Did Didn't Mika say that Harry had left to go find the chief?
That's right. He was probably trying to track down some evidence on the chief.
Gillian, I'd say that this Harry has put himself in a pretty dangerous spot.
If it was the chief that sabotaged the turbo cycle, doesn't that mean that he already knows we're onto him?
Damn! Harry and Mika are in danger!
That's far enough, Junker. Your little investigation is over.
It's them!
Who? Snatchers?
Get them!
Uh-oh.
My arm! I can't reach my blaster!
I'm hit in the leg.
Is that the best you can do, Junker?
Who's there?
Jin Shuo, you scum!
It seems you still have some fight left in you. You two are finished, but our plans move forward. We are now entering Phase 2. And when we do, not only this city, but the entire world will be ours to command.
Phase 2? What are you talking about?
As you know, our operations have been hindered up to now by the flaws in our artificial skin. The skin's shortcomings have kept us away from ultraviolet rays, forcing us to do our work at night, underground, or in the winter. In the end, we had to construct a hospital like this, all because of the flaws in our artificial skin. This was the only difference between us and you humans. But now we have broken this barrier.
Huh?
We are on the verge of developing a perfect artificial skin, thanks to the cooperation of a new partner in our plan.
Perfect artificial skin? A new partner?
Once we have the new skin, nothing will be able to stop us. And with that, our plan moves to Phase 2. Our little experiment in this city will end, and we'll move in force to take over the world.
Don't be so sure. You won't get out of the city that easy.
You humans are always so overconfident, so naive.
What are you talking about?
I'm sure you're aware that the Kyoto Summit, being held to decide how to handle the Snatcher problem, opens tomorrow.
Metal, is that right?
Yes. Countries around the world are concerned about the Snatcher problem. It will be one of the main topics discussed at this year's summit.
That's right. Tomorrow, we attack the summit.
You must be crazy. The security there will be incredible. You won't even get close.
Must I explain everything to you, Junker? Aren't you even aware that a fellow Junker will be giving a special presentation at the summit?
The chief, Cunningham. So that's why you snatched him.
We've known that your chief would be speaking at the summit for over 3 months now.
Gillian, the summit is tomorrow. We have to hurry.
Listen, we have your chief. You Junkers are at our mercy, and so is this city. And tomorrow, we move on the world. Nothing can stop us now. We will finally achieve our long-awaited goal of global domination.
Who is this we you keep talking about?
We are an evolved life form, given life in the depths of the Kremlin by our creator, Modnar. We are a new race.
Modnar?
Modnar? The Kremlin? Those names are familiar, but...
Our goal is to snatch all of the world's leaders and then achieve total control of human thought and worldwide racial unification.
You're insane. Humanity won't be so easily dominated. You underestimate the strength of the human spirit.
I think not. In the same way as the Nazis, Our strategy begins with the overpowering of the spirit of the people. We will strike at you humans' weakest point, the most primitive part of your psychological makeup, your suspiciousness and fear. By provoking suspicion and mistrust throughout the populace, we will destroy that fragile fabric which holds your society together, that of trust. Fear is you humans' weak point. It is the primitive part of your brains that binds you forever to your animal ancestors and makes you vulnerable. By stimulating that part of your atavistic instincts, our plan can succeed magnificently.
Gillian, at this rate, they'll kill us all. You've got to get out alive. You're a junker.
Just one of you have in mind.
I've got a big fireworks show ready for him. Better that than get snatched.
What? You're gonna blow yourself up? No, we're better off fighting together.
Hey, it won't work. I'm hit in the thigh. Ow, oh, damn. A bounty hunter can't do anything with a leg wound like this. I might as well have been shot in the head.
Well, there must be some way out of here.
Hey, I wasn't doing this job just for fun. I stayed ready for situations like this. I've always been prepared to go out with a bang.
It's December. A little late for fireworks.
So it'll be an off-season show.
No, I can't let you.
My belt's packed with TNT-PX. You know, that really strong stuff they use in the mines on Mars. One push, and this whole hospital will go. No trouble at all. No time to sit around thinking, Junker boy. Go! What are you doing? Get your butt moving, you fool! Get out through this air shaft. I've got a powerful strobe on me. Its flash will screw up their sensors long enough for you to get out. Now, you with me? Fireworks are better from a distance anyway, Gillian.
Are you two finished chatting? Then I think it's time for you to die. We're quite busy, you know.
You ready? When I give the signal, break into the air shaft and run, and don't forget your blaster.
Metal, stay with me.
Yes, sir.
Random.
Gillian! Doesn't look like I'm gonna have a chance to call in that debt you owe me.
Don't worry. I'll pay it back to the Snatchers with interest.
All right, go! Run, Gillian!
Wow. Yeah, random was pretty good.
Metal, are you okay?
Alien, I think.
Metal, something broken?
Okay, but it appears that language circuits have been damaged somewhat.
What happened?
Random blew himself up after getting us into this air shaft.
Random.
Gillian, that explosion should have taken all of Queen's Hospital with it.
The thick walls of this duct must have shielded us from enough of the blast. If it wasn't for Random, we wouldn't have made it. Oh, Random.
Gillian, we have no time for grief now. We must get back to Junker headquarters as quickly as possible. Harry and Mika are in danger.
You're right. And I have to keep my promise to Random. But first, we have to figure out how to get out of here.
I can't see a thing. What should we do?
Use a flashlight. Some sand. Is it just dust? Iron particles. Yeah, it is fun that this particular Metal Gear comes back and forth. It's a, you know, cute little reference, right? Not just a simple air duct. Okay. Oh, is this how they put Snow 9 in places? A Snatcher was dragged through here. So the Moon Queen doesn't actually let you a sewer level. Oh my. Make a save. I made a save in a bit. Not that I trust these saves. Speaking of which, I'll make a save state. So just check everything again. So the statements that we're getting from the investigation is starting to vary slightly. But I'm still not quite sure where it points to in terms of... Oh, advanced. It finally changed to advanced. Okay. Ooh. That wasn't particularly good, but we got through it. Are we in the subway now? I bet we're in the subway.
What in the world?
This is part of the tube liner, the city's long-abandoned subway system.
You mean Queen's Hospital and this were connected?
Yes, it would appear that the Snatchers were using this to move from place to place. This would provide them with the perfect way to move about while still avoiding the ultraviolet rays they hate so much. We should have realized this sooner. The city is crisscrossed by the tube liners' old lines, and since they are abandoned, the Snatchers could move undetected as well.
Aha! That's how those two we caught a glimpse of at the abandoned factory where Gibson was killed were able to disappear so quickly. They must have used this subway.
That would appear to be correct. The tube liner passes underneath that factory site as well. That would also explain why sand from the factory was in the air duct at the hospital.
So this is the trick they were using to stay out of the sun and avoid being seen while they moved around.
Now we know why it took so long to uncover them.
All right, let's follow the subway. We should be able to get out when we get to the nearest station.
Well, if the stations are abandoned, they're probably sealed up though, right? I don't... Metal. How much further, Metal? You're just there, Gillian, please.
Look, Metal, light!
Yes, but this doesn't look like a station.
Oh.
There's a ladder.
Where do you suppose it leads, Gillian?
I don't have the slightest, but let's climb it and see.
All right, now climbing the ladder.
Are we there yet? How are they going to climb that ladder?
We seem to have emerged into an odd place. Wait, this room.
Wow.
It's Freddie Nielsen's bathroom.
You're telling me... All right, sure.
He was using this shaft from the bathtub to get down into the subway. So that's how he did that.
Ah, yes. As I recall, after you disposed of Lisa, he somehow entered the apartment without using the regular entrance.
Which he accomplished by using this secret passage into his bathtub.
The bathtub must be of a double construction. The bottom is actually a lid. When they wanted to hide the passage, all they needed to do was fill the tub. And to get in and out, they would just drain the water into another tank.
Jeez. Double-bottom bathtubs? Abandoned subways? Snatchers really go out of their way to stay out of the sun.
Okay, Gillian, let's head outside.
Do I want to take a look at that map? That picture, yeah. How come everybody's such a big Moscow fan? What's going on? Chinchuo was meant to be 55 years ago. Oh my god. All right, can we leave now? Yeah, how are we getting back to headquarters without our turbo cycle? Wait, what? What? What turbo cycle? Oh, okay. This is a black taxi. right, fine. Can't go to a place like that. Is this a snatcher? Am I about to get snatched here? Or do I just need to go to a different place? Oh my god!
Is he dead?
He's junk now.
Ha
Stubborn
ha!
one, wasn't he?
Jeez. He made it through that explosion and was waiting for us out here. If those things ever get control of the city, there's no way we'll ever get it back. We've got to stop them before that.
And to do that, we have to prevent the chief from getting to the Kyoto summit.
I know. And I have to pay back my debt to Random.
Let's use this taxi to get back to Junker headquarters.
I planned on it. I just hope Mika and Harry are safe.
The final showdown? Oh, geez. That's ominous. It's not even Act 3. Uh-oh. Automatically lowered. Well, I'm sure nothing happened here. Oh, all right. Well, I guess we got to investigate the booth. Okay, we have to open this somehow. Oh, look at the booth. Okay. Sounds like a job for you, Chief. Well, do it, damn it. Oh, do I have to use Metal Gear? No, okay. A little confused by this. I thought he hooked himself up and was getting ready to open it. Huh? Yeah, it seemed like he hooked himself up and I thought there'd be an option, but there's no other option. Yeah, like, dog, you hooked yourself up to the port. Like, I don't know what else we need to do here. Oh, all right. I apparently needed to do that look option in order to get open shutter. Whatever. It's fine.
All right, I'm going to open it, but please use extreme caution. Anything could be inside.
Uh-oh.
Mika! Mika, are you all right? Metal, how is she?
Her pulse is normal. The only external injuries are to her forehead, and they are not serious. There's been no significant blood loss.
Mika, come on, snap out of it. It's me, Gillian.
Gillian? Gillian.
Mika, what happened?
Gillian, the chief. The chief is a snatcher.
So he's finally shown his true colors.
Harry's...
What's happened to Harry?
Harry put me in the pod and sealed the main door. He locked the Snatcher in.
That was smart. Not even a Snatcher can get through this shield.
So where's Harry?
He said keep the door sealed no matter what happens in there. And then he went in. Gillian, please help him.
Harry! Mika, open the door. I'm going in.
I'm going in. Project, I'm going in.
Going in. Be careful. That Snatcher could be hiding anywhere.
Yes, sir.
Gillian, please be careful. The Chief is very cunning. Don't let your guard down.
Don't worry.
I mean, that's his name. His name is Cunningham, isn't it? Of course the Chief is Cunningham. Oh, all right. Thinking Harry had a bad time here.
Harry!
Had it with these mother-loving stairs.
Oh, Gillian, is that you? I'm getting old. Just look at me.
What happened?
I saw the Chief messing with your turbocycle. And that weird picture in his office. Ah.
Metal, how is he? Metal!
I do not wish to say.
Really that bad, huh?
Gillian, when I confronted him about what I saw, he showed me what he really was. I was barely able to even scratch him.
That's enough, Harry. I understand. Metal, is there anything we can do for him?
Gillian, I'm sorry.
Harry, you'll be okay. It doesn't look like you're hurting too bad. This'll work out perfect. You always were working too hard anyway. Why don't you take a nice long vacation somewhere and rest up?
Yeah, sure. Nice try, Gillian, but it's my body. I know I ain't gonna make it. You were a good kid, Gillian.
Harry!
I don't know how to say this right, but I've always had a special feeling about you. I've always had trouble talking to people since I was little, like my father. What I can remember of him.
Pulse and blood pressure falling.
Harry, hang in there. You and I were gonna go out and tie one on, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. You, me, and Jean, the three of us.
But John is...
Metal, quiet!
Gillian, I've lived my life alone. I didn't know my parents or family. Always so stubborn, glued to my research. I never really trusted anybody. That was a mistake.
Blood pressure continuing to fall.
Harry?
After Jean died, I felt it. Human warmth, companionship.
I know what you mean.
Gillian, I just wanted to get along with everybody. I don't need no Nobel Prize. For 50 years, I've been searching, trying to find something I lost. Looks like I'll never find it now.
Gillian, he's about...
Looks like I've been talking too much. It's up to you now, Gillian. I'm finished. You won't forget this, old grouch, will you?
Harry!
Gillian, you've got to believe in yourself. You're the last junker.
Harry! Harry!
Pulse 0. Pupils are dilated.
Cunningham! No! Snatcher! I'll get you for this!
We have no time for grieving. That Snatcher is still
Listen to me. If that Snatcher gets me, you've got to take Mika and run. Then you've got to blow up Junker headquarters. Blow it sky high. You understand me?
Yes, sir. I just hope it doesn't come to that. So, where should we start our search?
Yeah, mentor characters don't have a good track record of living in Kojima games. I mean, let's go to the chief's office. Why not? Yeah, absolutely, boss. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, we got search instead of investigate. We're not gonna flip the picture. I mean, I hope the Snatcher like jumps out of the locker in the detective's rooms. Frankly, that's my call. Detective's room. Search the locker, please. Damn. Computer room, I guess. I can still use Jordan, apparently. No snatchers. So we did a first pass of all the rooms, and we did all of the look and searches. Yeah. I mean, that was my plan, Metal Gear. That was my plan. I've been playing this game for a few hours now, and I can see that is how things often work. That is just how it be. That is just where we're going with this one. Something on the desk. Oh, it's... Oh, no! It's... Oh, my God! It's... Oh, my God. It's on the ceiling! Screaming at the dumbest video game characters of all time. Do you want to look up above? Staying on desk. Up. Up. Okay, we're gonna look at the ceiling. Okay. Oh, search ceiling. Okay. Why don't we investigate the ceiling? Yeah, like, what did you expect to see?
system has been destroyed. Distance to motion readings increasing.
Is he trying to run?
Motion readings have vanished.
You got past me this time, Snatcher.
Headquarters emergency lighting has been activated.
Can we find him again?
We should go after him immediately.
We'll find him. We know he's somewhere inside headquarters.
The Snatcher has been wounded. We should look for traces of blood.
All right, we should look for traces of blood. Wait, you mean that shooting the lights in one room destroyed the lights in every room? Who designed this place? There must be blood somewhere. Okay. So I quickly went to all the rooms, right? And I checked. Are there really? I guess I didn't check the front.
The main door has been opened.
Uh-oh.
Can Mika open it?
Wait, Mika's not in the pod. What happened?
The lighting has been disconnected.
Don't move, Seed.
Cunningham, is that you?
I read motion. He is definitely in here.
Where are you? Show yourself.
I'm right here. I don't need to run or hide from you.
Mika!
No, Gillian, don't move. It's a trap.
A hostage? You cowardly scum! Mika, why did you open the entrance?
I don't know. I was really scared. I mean, the emergency light's coming on so suddenly.
Seed, go ahead and shoot. But you'd better be a pretty good shot, or this kid goes home in a bag.
Shoot, Gillian. Kill this thing. Don't worry about me.
Mika!
What are you going to do?
I have you now, Junker.
Oh. All right, we got him. I don't know. It's kind of an elaborate hostage setup, but you know,
The Snatcher's functions have been terminated.
Mika, are you all right?
Yes. Yes, I think so. Thank you.
Harry? I got him. Random? Sorry it took so long, but this ought to make us even.
Junker? You may have stopped me, but it's not over yet.
Gillian, this is just residual energy feedback. Its power levels are dropping rapidly.
Crane's Hospital was nothing more than a maintenance facility. We have comrades operating throughout the city, more than you can imagine. Now our plans will move into Phase 2. For that, we will enlist the help of Professor Lorraine. Your existence is meaningless, as long as you don't get your memory back. Good luck, Junker.
My memory? Comrades? Professor Lorraine?
Harry. Why? Please tell me. Why do so many good people have to die?
Mika.
This is all wrong.
Mika, don't worry. I won't let anybody else die. I've made a promise to Harry and Random. But the city is still full of Snatchers. This fight is just beginning.
Fight's just beginning, folks. Or is that a call?
Gillian, I have an urgent video call from Jamie. I'll connect you.
Gillian, I've got my memory back. I remember everything.
Your memory? So what about us?
Can't stop crying.
Who are we?
Gillian, it's terrible. What we've done.
Jamie, what's wrong?
I can't tell you something like this over the video phone. I would have been better off never remembering.
Okay, Jamie, calm down. I'll head out right now. Where are you? Is it snowing?
I'm sorry, Gillian. I can't tell you. They've taken our boy hostage.
Our boy? Who?
Professor Modner is here too.
Jamie, what are you talking about?
I'm so sorry.
Snatcher!
Gillian!
We have Professor Lorraine. We only require her cooperation for a short period here at the Kremlin. So for now, I suggest you avoid doing anything foolish, Professor Seed.
I mean, it's a great question. I wonder, could you possibly, what if you put that name in a different order? Nah, never, no, forget that. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, well, I mean, the problem is they're not doing it of everyone else's names, you know? It would be much funnier if it turned out Gillian Seed was actually Professor D's nuts.
With the start of this year's Kyoto Summit just 3 hours away, the delegates from the participating countries are beginning to arrive at the conference center. A major poll of domestic and international opinion, carried out just last week, shows that the vast majority of respondents favor a complete quarantine of Neo Kobe as a means to combat the risk of the Snatcher menace.
Now that the Chief's death has been confirmed, it won't be long before they strip us of our Junker authorization.
They will be deciding how to handle Neo Kobe at the summit in just 3 hours.
There are rumors that they're going to use nukes on the city to make sure the Snatchers are wiped out.
That's ridiculous. Come on, this is the 20th.
It's the only way to be sure.
That may not be as improbable as it seems. The world's leaders are extremely concerned about the Snatcher problem.
The Chief was going to calm this hysteria in his speech at the summit, but that'll never happen now.
3 months ago, government pressure on Junker operations increased dramatically. Gillian's transfer here was really our last chance.
Our own chief was snatched. It's not too surprising they don't want to trust us anymore.
I've heard that the Army and FBI are going to take over operations now.
That's correct. That too will be officially decided in 3 hours' time.
3 hours, eh? Is there any way we can find their hideout in that time?
If we don't, we and everybody else in this city are finished.
As far as they're concerned, we're just like a cancerous tumor that has to be cut out.
We have to hit the Snatchers' headquarters before then.
Gillian, can you do it?
If we only knew where it was, I should be able to manage something.
Hitting their outposts like Queen's Hospital won't do any good. We have to find their main nerve center.
What about the memory of that Snatcher who was impersonating the chief?
Just like the others, it was completely blanked. It's a form of self-destruct mechanism that they use.
Wait a minute. Mental. What about tracing that video phone call from Jamie?
It was no good. The call didn't last long enough. Still, It definitely did come from within the city.
Damn. Where are they hiding?
Gillian, can't you remember anything at all? Didn't Jamie say something that implied you were somehow connected to the Snatchers?
Nothing. I can't remember a damn thing. Metal, I want you to tell me everything you know about me. Why was I sent to Junker headquarters? Where did I come from?
Gillian.
Metal, the chief's dead. Tell me everything you know about me.
Well, you see...
Metal!
All right. With the chief gone, you are the highest-ranking officer here.
You knew all along?
Of course.
You knew?
Where were we rescued from?
Game's called Metal Gear.
3 years ago, you and Jamie were taken into protective custody in the Siberian Neutral Zone by the 17th Siberian Investigative Force. More precisely, you were discovered in cryogenic sleep pods in an underground bunker near Moscow.
Cryogenic sleep pods? You mean they were frozen?
This is a photograph of the bunker. There is no record.
Yo, it's Overblood.
There. In addition,
It's the Overblood bunker.
The pod was empty at the time you were discovered.
There were 3 pods?
You were revived and taken into custody by the army.
It's
Apparently,
literally
as a result
Overblood,
of
yeah.
Extended sleep. Both of you suffered from complete amnesia. However, another theory suggests your memories may have been intentionally erased. This is the only piece of evidence found at the site.
That's Harry's picture, from when he was a kid.
That's correct.
Okay, yeah.
Harry
I might have
is
known.
Gillian
Yeah.
and Jamie's son. It's been confirmed by DNA tests.
Oh my god.
Harry? Harry was my son?
Using the information gained from the photo, it was established that you are Gillian Seed and your wife, Jamie Lorraine. Both of you are American citizens, born in the late 1960s.
The 1960s?
In addition, both of you vanished without a trace in 1989. There is no other information available about you after that.
1989?
Yes, you come from a world that's been gone for 50 years.
But what does that have to do with the Snatchers?
When the 17th Special Investigative Force was bringing the two of you out, there was an accident. Though the two of you were all right, most of the 17th was killed. One of them was a Snatcher. Of course, before their departure, they all underwent thorough examinations. So, if one of them was snatched...
It had to be somewhere in Siberia, right?
That's correct. And in order to attempt to determine the origin of the Snatcher, as well as your true identities, you were assigned to Junker headquarters. The hope was that exposure to the Snatchers would help you regain your memories.
Moscow? 50 years ago?
Almost everyone who was in Moscow at the time was killed in the catastrophe.
So Gillian and Jamie are the only living witnesses?
Harry was my son. Did he know?
No.
Harry, did you play baseball?
Information he was never told.
I was never able to do anything for him.
Does your mother still hang out at dockside bars?
Wait a minute, Gillian. Didn't Jamie say something about taking a boy hostage?
That's right. They must know about Harry and are using him to threaten her.
We have to find their headquarters quickly.
We've only got 3 hours.
Gillian, let's think this all through again. We may get some kind of a hint out of it.
You're right. There may be some clue in the way they're operating.
All right. Let's go over what we know about them.
The sun. Ultraviolet rays. Yep, and 250, 350 nanometer range, blah, blah, blah. Only come out at night, in the middle of the winter. Destruction of the ozone layer. Actually, oh no, the ozone layer didn't make it in this timeline. What method? Subway tunnels. Underpass, highway. What method were they using? I mean, I'm gonna say underpass. It's the subway tunnels is what they were doing. Okay. Underpass is not. Underpass is like a highway bridge over a road, but. Yeah, I know. It's underpass. It's not. Jeremy Blaustein, get down here right now. Was always observed at any location where Snatchers appeared. Sneezing. Cause of the sneezing was Snow 9. Base. Okay, somewhere near the river and near subway tunnels. Homesick, get serious, get real. What city is related? Well, Moscow.
In other words, this homing instinct thing of theirs has led them to set up their headquarters in some place that reminds them of home, or their creator.
What part of this city is like Moscow?
Moscow's really cold, right? They get a lot of snow, don't they?
Snow?
No snow has been recorded in Neo-Kobe in several years.
Well, then that's not it.
Wait.
Is there a church?
What about
A
that
cathedral?
pollen? That crystal bioengineered stuff, Snow 9.
Now that you mention it, wasn't it snowing on Jamie's video phone call?
That's right. Their hideout has to be somewhere close to the Ina River.
The Ina River flows for miles around here, Gillian. We could never search it all in time.
Gillian, let's look at a map of the areas investigated so far. This is an enlarged view of the southwest portion of the city around the Ina River. This blue area is that in which Snow 9 is present. Now I'll superimpose a chart of the abandoned tube liner tunnels. From this, we can establish those areas with Snow 9, which are accessible by subway tunnel.
Damn. Nice try, but it's still too large. We could never cover it in 3 hours.
Don't give up so fast, Gillian. What about that image of home thing we were talking about? Maybe there's some kind of geographic similarity. Maybe the same view can be seen or something.
I'll display a map of Moscow alongside.
What's this?
Look, the rivers are exactly the same shape.
This is the Moscow River over here.
It looks like we're on the right track, Metal. Show us the location that Jamie and I were picked up from.
All right, right here.
Metal, before the catastrophe, what was at this location?
The headquarters for the entire Soviet Union, the Kremlin.
The Kremlin? That Snatcher said something about taking Jamie to their Kremlin.
Metal, what spot in Neo-Kobe would match up with the location of Moscow's Kremlin?
Calculating. This is the spot. It's presently occupied by an old church. It's rather large,
church?
but reports indicate it's been abandoned for nearly 20
A
years.
cathedral?
And it's right in the middle of the Snow 9 and subway area.
That's it! That's their headquarters, their new Kremlin.
Gillian, let's go!
Wait, Gillian. I want to go with you.
Sorry, Mika.
Hey, I'm a junker too, you know.
I know, and you're a great one at that.
So take me with you then.
You head to the summit to warn the delegates. They haven't given up, you know.
The summit's in Kyoto. I'm not going to be the only one to run.
You've got to convince them not to use nukes on Neo Kobe.
We found their hideout. There's no need now to sink the whole island.
Yes, but...
It's a tough job. Can you do it?
Okay, Gillian. I'll do what I can.
Thanks. Thank you, Mika.
Don't say it, okay?
Let's go, Gillian.
Gillian?
Yes? What's wrong?
How about dinner sometime?
Dinner?
Yeah, you know, dinner.
Mika.
Not interested. I thought it would be nice, you know, to kick back, relax. It's Christmas after all.
Christmas, huh? I'll be back by then.
Gillian, we have to hurry.
That's a promise, right? I heard you.
Yeah, okay. But I gotta go to church first.
I'll see you soon then.
Okay, Metal, let's go.
The last turbo cycle. It's a piece of junk. Take me to church.
I've input the map data on the Kremlin's locations. Lift off. Flight configuration, now gaining altitude.
Jamie, please be safe.
Gillian, please keep in mind that we're working with a strict time limit.
A 50-year debt in 3 hours. Snow!
Snow 9, to be specific. We've entered the Snow 9 region. Please put on your breathing filter. Direct inhalation is dangerous.
All right.
Radio transmissions will also be impossible from this point on. Understood? Now descending. Conversion to hover configuration complete. Gillian, we've arrived.
Oh, it's got like a whole forest around it. Wild. Burial church bears. I mean, sort of. A few Christmas lights would really help.
All right, now opening the door.
What's wrong? Won't open?
I've scanned it, and it's not locked. It is probably rusted into place.
Not surprising. After all, our friends always go in and out through the basement.
Let's push it together.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
That got it.
Who could that be? Isn't that random? Oh my god. Not quite. the creator, Modnar. Oh my god. I mean, if our gun has infinite bullets, I think we should just start blasting. It's gonna take a while. Man, hard to Modnar. But it'll take a while, and we might create some noise, but you know, we could probably destroy a few with one of these. Again, infinite ammo, you know. Touch the bandana. The gender units. All right, all right. '23rd Siberian Investigative Force. Oh my god. Snatchers are their artificial skin already installed.
This is where they fuse the artificial skin onto the Snatcher's endostructure. First, they adjust the size of the still skinless Snatcher to the size of the individual who is to be snatched.
Can I get a boneless Snatcher?
Shape and size can be adjusted by expansion or contraction of sizing rods. Their sex is controlled by gender units, which are installed at this point. Then, the face is modified to match the intended victim by adjusting the size of the upper and lower jaw, cheekbones, temporal bones, and tooth alignment.
Just like Gibson said, that means there are limits to the size of the people that they can snatch.
That's right. The limits of the mechanism mean that they can't snatch children, the elderly, or people who are very tall or heavy. And this is where the artificial muscle's attached.
Is it organic?
No. It appears to be coated with a type of plastic gel capable of mechanical response. Like human muscles, it creates mechanical energy through chemical reactions. And this is where the artificial skin is attached. In order to prevent the synthetic cells, developed using biotechnological protein design techniques, from rejecting the inorganic material below, they attach it gradually over a number of days.
And this is the stuff that gets cancer if they stay out in the sun too long.
Finally, they attach body and scalp hair. The process involves transplant of synthetic hair follicles as well, so the hair will grow back if it's lost.
What about scars or birthmarks?
It would appear that they make those adjustments at this point in the process, as they would for wrinkles to simulate age.
All right, what else we got here? Terminal. Terminals must all be connected to his computer. Look, you need at least like 50 units of gender. infinite. Once we control infinite gender, we'll be truly unstoppable. All right, I already did that. The data of people to be snatched. All right, probably just need to cycle through these again. Small. Oh, it's got to get a door now. That's how hard could it be?
So this is where the whole thing begins. The endostructures arrive here from the Kremlin. Then they convert them into copies of their victims. And finally, they head out into the city using the old subway system.
With artificial skin maintenance being handled at Queen's Hospital.
But who's behind all this?
Gillian, look at this. There are some finished snatchers over here.
Get a load of this. The U.S. President, the Prime Ministers of Japan, and the U.K.
Gillian, you're in here too.
Figures. They were looking to snatch every VIP at the summit.
And the last junker, you. It definitely looks like they plan on moving out beyond Neo Kobe.
If they were to snatch every major world leader, they'd practically be able to control the planet. Still, that's odd. With their flawed skin, pulling something off like that would really be difficult.
Chin said they had found the key to developing a perfect artificial skin. Maybe they've already produced it.
No idea. But the number of snatchers here makes it clear that they're up to something new.
Gillian, this is definitely their nest. We should destroy everything.
Not yet. Not until we found Jamie. Metal, how much time do we have left?
The summit should have begun by now. We don't have much time. And once our legal privileges are suspended, I won't be able to help. In fact, I'll be forced to restrain you.
I know. If the military wants to avoid nukes and goes for a surgical strike on this facility, what would they likely use?
Probably a phased particle beam from one of the attack satellites.
A phased particle beam, huh? That'll wipe this complex right off the map.
Everything, including the soil, will simply evaporate. The attack will leave just a large crater.
Metal, can you convince them to give me another hour? Even
Not
30
yet.
minutes will help.
Understood. I'll try my best.
And I'll try to find and rescue Jamie in that time.
I can't transmit here due to interference from the Snow 9. I'll have to leave the area and then send the message.
All right. Do it, Metal.
Gillian, don't forget. 30 minutes. You must get out before then.
I understand.
Gillian, I'm sorry I couldn't help you better.
Don't worry about it. I'll be able to move faster by myself anyway. 30 minutes should be plenty. Go, Metal.
Yes, sir. Don't forget. 30 minutes.
I definitely had thoughts that maybe Gillian and Jamie could have been snatchers and didn't know
This
it,
is gonna
but
be tight. That room's the only place left to check.
was
Let's
not
take
the
a look.
case. Oh. Ah! Ah, shit. Fumbled that too many times. Same D-pad. That left one keeps buckling. No. Ah. Might switch to a different controller. The one where they almost come out all at the same time, like, really gets me. Oh, shit. Oh, it is like a different pattern now. Ah. Do you have a... No, I didn't have a justifier anyway. I don't even know if the emulator would support it. All right, I think I just have to be disciplined about pressing this D-pad. Too here is that like once you get hit, it like messes your rate of fire. It's really weird. Do I have an auto? I think it technically does. I've never used the function though. Look, that's messed up. I guess I could look up how to use it. So it does seem like the sequence changes. Oh, what? Why didn't it fire? What? God damn it. Yeah, like you like stop firing when it's weird. I wonder if this is one of the ones where like it wouldn't surprise me if this gets easier as you fail and fail and fail. Or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Sometimes with Kojima games you'll get that it'll change if you fail a bunch. Come on. Oh my god. Would this be better? Oh, I don't know if that'd actually be better. Yeah, so the controller I'm using is just the Retro Fighters PlayStation controller. The D-pad's okay. It's all right. We'll grind away at this for a bit. Okay. I'm trying to be very rhythmic about it. And like, yeah, sometimes I'm just not shooting. And then like once you fall behind, like you're so cooked. It's not like you can remember, yeah, it's not like you can remember which order they came out in at that point. Yeah, that's fucked. Am I supposed to be mashing more? Is that my mistake? It doesn't seem like mashing would actually work. I guess I could try mashing a little more. Fucked. Oh man. So that was like, it felt like I was doing more effective work there, but also I'm like, oh, they're all on 4 sides at once. Good luck, buddy. Ooh.
I wasn't ready for that. They almost got me. All right.
Unnecessary.
Let's open the next door.
Unnecessary.
Doesn't look like there's anything here. Whoa!
Oh my god, I'm so bad. Please don't tell me I have to redo that. Oh no, I do! Alright, well, we're safe stating the shit out of this now. Oh my god. Oh, fuck. Ah. Oh, God. All right.
Whew. I wasn't ready for that. They almost got me. All right, let's open the next door.
All right, file, save, or save state 1. All right, I'll give a damn. I mean, I think the second fight is easier, but
doesn't look like there's
still
anything here. Whoa!
What? Fuck off. All right.
Jeez, these guys are tough.
Doing it again. Good work. Now do it again.
Of course, I didn't exactly expect them to welcome me with open arms. Okay, let's try this next door.
Okay.
Jamie, are you all right?
Gillian, you came for me.
Are you hurt?
No, they won't lay a finger on me. Not until the new artificial skin is completed anyway.
Artificial skin research? You?
Gillian, I've got my memory back. All of it.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Tell me, Jamie.
They said they'd kill him. They said they'd kill Harry. They forced me. I had to help them with the skin development. They said I had to help them because the professor was ill. Wasn't getting any better. Gillian, the engineer Harry, he's our son. He's been living on his own now for 50 years.
Jamie, I'm afraid that Harry's...
There was nothing I could do. They forced me. But I can't do it anymore.
Jamie!
The professor, he just died. He was over 100.
The professor? What? This old man?
Don't you remember? It's Professor Modner. Professor Petrovich Modner.
What? This old man is Modner?
He's been confined here for 3 years now, just to develop the Snatcher's artificial skin. Terrible. Doing that to your own father.
Whose father? Jamie, I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
You really can't remember, can you?
Jamie, tell me. Tell me who I am. What were we doing at the Kremlin?
Are you sure you really want me to, Gillian? It's all so awful, but if you must know, I'll tell you. Try to remain calm, okay? 56 years ago, you and I were involved in a top-secret Soviet project. It was still during the time of the Cold War. The gulf between East and West was as wide as ever. Everybody was worried about nukes. At that point, the world's armies were at their largest ever. Leaders still believed that a strong military meant a strong nation. There were rumors that there would be an agreement to end the production of nuclear weapons. On the other hand, the major powers like the US began to get involved in a space weapons race. But not the Soviets. The conservative despots in the Kremlin had another, completely different idea for gaining military superiority. A horrible plan, something no one else would think of. At that time, the countries of the communist bloc were facing an economic crisis. Popular movements pushing for democracy were springing up all over. Communism itself was facing extinction. Facing pressure from the reformers, the Kremlin began to panic. And that's when that horrible, childish plan was launched.
And that was the Snatcher Project. Replace your enemy's leaders with puppets of your own. Then you control their governments, their economies, take over a country from the inside out.
That's right, Gillian. And to develop these robots, they assembled some of the most brilliant scientific minds from around the world. Some of them were even brought in against their will. At the crux of that development effort was a group called the Frankenstein Project Team. You and I were members of that team, Gillian. It was a 4-person team led by the late Professor Modner here. The robotics expert was Professor Modner himself. His son, Elijah Modner, handled genetics and microbiology. For nanobiology and picobiology, myself. And for behavioral science and psychology, you, Gillian. Early development was carried out at a lab in Novosibirsk, but was later moved to a secret facility under the Kremlin. At the time, the Glasnost and Perestroika movements were gaining momentum, and they rightly feared for the existence of the program if it should become known. But some of the reformers did learn of the project, and they conspired with the US to block it. Gillian, you were a CIA special agent sent by the United States to infiltrate and sabotage the project.
I was CIA?
Yes, and the government knows that. That's why you were assigned to the Junker team.
What? Who am I?
Work on the project continued to go smoothly. But then, on June 6th, 1996, there was that accident. A mysterious explosion at the Chernobyl facility spread a bacterial weapon that was under development there into the atmosphere, destroying the country and the project. Gillian, was it you? Did you set off that explosion?
What? You can't be serious. You think I caused the catastrophe?
Somehow, during the confusion, Professor Modner and our son Harry managed to get picked up by American agents. But we couldn't get out in time, you and I and Elijah. In a shelter below the Kremlin, we entered a cryogenic sleep. Our plan was to sleep there until the toxic effects of the bacteria were safely passed.
And then 48 years later, 3 years ago, we were discovered by the 17th Special Investigative Force.
Yes, but when they found us, Elijah's pod was already empty.
Elijah Modner? That guy whose picture was in the church? The one that looks like Random?
That's right, Elijah is alive! Elijah is here and working on the Snatchers.
Why don't you let me finish your little story?
Who's there?
It's been a while, hasn't it, Jamie? Ah, yes. And Gillian. It's me, Jamie.
Elijah? Is that really you?
Random? No. Not quite.
So you remember me, do you? I am Elijah Modnar, the only son of Professor Petrovich Modnar. I'm afraid I've grown somewhat old and feeble since we last met, however.
Elijah, why are you doing this? Your father, Professor Modner, he passed away a few minutes ago.
What? My father? My father is dead?
Elijah, what happened to you? The Elijah I knew could never do anything like this.
I've changed, Jamie. These 40 years have changed me.
I can't believe it. What happened to you?
What happened to me? Jamie, do I actually have to explain it to you? Jamie, it's you. Your beauty is the cause of all that has come to pass here. 57 years ago, I was obsessed. With my research, yes. And with you, Jamie. At the time, I was still young, having just graduated with my genetic engineering degree. My father's connections got me on the team, and there, I met you. You were working as my father's assistant. Your beauty, your smile, I was stricken. I saw something in you that I never felt with women of my own country. You warmed my cold, young heart, Jamie. You opened me up, and I couldn't stop my feelings.
Elijah.
Oh, I was so happy. The political situation was crumbling around us, but every day was a joy. I gained my father's trust, and with you there watching over me, I was able to work as hard as I ever have on the project. However, my happiness did not last for long. Gillian, it was you. You showed up and all was ruined. You arrived and joined our project team. Far from home, Jamie found comfort in a man from the same land. Your relationship grew quickly, and all I could do was stand by and watch. Jamie and Gillian fell in love, were joined, and even had a child.
Harry.
Even then, my feelings for you only grew stronger. Worried about me, my father tried to have me removed from the project, but I persisted. Jamie, I always wanted to be near you. And then, the democratic movements that had consumed the rest of the Eastern Bloc spread to our country as well. The Cold War was over. The hardliners who had pushed for its development were stripped of power and the project was cancelled. The reformers, trying to cover up the existence of such a crazed project, ordered that all materials related to it be destroyed and that we stand trial for our actions. Jamie and Gillian were to be returned to their homeland. That's about the time that I learned that you, Gillian, that you were a CIA agent, and that you were trying to pass documents on our research to your military. The country had sold us out. I'm no politician. I couldn't care less about what happened to the country. All I cared about was my research and Jamie. And I was to lose all of that, everything. For someone so young, you cannot understand how great of a shock that was.
Elijah.
That is when I decided, I swore I would see that secret, crazed project through to the end. At the time, the bioroids were 80% finished. The main part, their endostructure, was essentially completed. But we still were having trouble with the artificial skin, the area that Jamie and I were assigned to. We called it artificial skin, but there was of course no need to duplicate T lymphocytes, Langerhans cells, or endocrine cells. All we needed was keratinized cells and melanocytes to provide the pigment. With the artificial protein development techniques that we had in those days, full-scale synthetic cell development was very difficult. Research like this took months, years. The original project called for us to simultaneously snatch an entire country. In other words, a whole nation, or an entire city, had to be snatched over the course of one night. For that reason, a powerful biological agent, which could quickly and effectively kill the population of the country, was being simultaneously developed.
Lucifer Alpha.
That's right. A type RAO11 virus which another team was developing. For someone like myself, who was closely involved in the project, blowing up the lab was quite a simple task.
My God, Elijah, do you know what you're saying? That explosion killed half the world's population.
I moved all the materials and records essential to the Bioroid project into the shelter and executed my plan on June 6th. After sealing off the lab, I brought the two of you with me to the underground shelter, and we entered a cryogenic sleep. But not before I programmed an atmospheric research satellite.
I hope so. That's why I'm waiting for Volume 5.
The danger from Lucifer Alpha had passed.
And 10 years later, Lucifer Alpha naturally mutated into a non-toxic form.
But the automatic revival system failed to work.
Oh no, it worked. Just as planned. It revived me 10 years later. A little sooner than the two of you, of course.
But even though you sealed the lab with the explosion and everything, you should have been exposed. Why weren't you?
Oh, I was. But by that time, the vaccine L Angels had already been developed.
So everything went just as you planned it then.
Yes, up until that point. But my real struggle was yet to come. My original plan was to revive Jamie as well, and for the two of us to finish the development of the bioroids. You, Gillian, you were to stay asleep forever. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Not after looking at Jamie's peaceful face there in the pod. Besides, I could never have convinced her to work with me on the project anyway. I knew the time was not yet right, so I changed the timers of your pods to permanent on.
How? How could you do such a thing?
And so for the next 40 years, I worked alone in that cold and lonely room under the Kremlin, trying to complete the artificial skin for the Snatchers. For days and days, no one would visit me. I never saw the sun or felt the changing of the seasons. Still, I always had Jamie by my side. You were always there for me to talk to. Just you and I for 40 years in that dark cellar.
Oh, you poor, poor man.
Like, I almost want to like press like, can I shoot him? Can I just do it?
Years ago, my research was finally completed.
Man killed half the world's population. Bang, bang.
I snatched the Siberian Special Investigative Forces to establish a transport route for the Snatchers. And then, to test the effect of large-scale snatch operations, I chose Neo-Kobe City to be my experimental sample. Neo-Kobe is cut off from the surrounding areas, a sort of miniature country in itself, making it a perfect test site. And since it's a melting pot of various races, it would also allow me to gather extensive data on Snatcher modification and operational techniques. In addition, the element of suspicion or mistrust, which runs deep in Japanese culture, was another reason I chose this site.
But your test revealed a critical flaw in your machine's artificial skin.
Yes, quite unexpected, I'm afraid. All my research for 40 years. I gathered data and worked day and night to find a solution, but nothing seemed to work.
So that's why you decided to bring Professor Modner here, right?
That's correct. I discovered my father in one of the government's hospitals. He was old, but still very sound of mind. Naturally, he would not cooperate with me.
Of course not. He'd never become involved in something like that.
So, unable to receive his assistance, I decided that I had to have yours. But a mistake on my part allowed both you and Gillian to be taken into custody by the authorities first.
Just what are you trying to accomplish, Elijah? You must know you can never get Jamie back.
I'm only interested in discovering what I can of the human animal. In the past, it was because of Jamie. My motive is different now.
It sounds like you're just suffering from the wild arrogance that corrupts so many scientists.
Humans are such weak creatures. No matter how much they trust one another, the tiniest speck of suspicion can destroy it all. Look at how the Snatcher problem has caused such wild unrest. No matter how much science advances or how high we set our ideals, we eventually begin to suspect each other, to hate each other, and then to kill each other. The Snatchers are nothing more than a tool for bringing out this reaction. I am simply using the Snatchers to elicit the true nature of the human animal. I think this experiment has shown me the limits of human society. I sincerely doubt it will be able to reach any greater level of prosperity on its own. If human society ever hopes to reach greater heights, what is needed is an absolute leader, a firm ruler who isn't affected by these trivial episodes of mistrust.
You're crazy if you think people would ever obey Snatchers.
Of course they wouldn't. But if they don't know, they cannot object. There has been a time in every age that the people have longed for a god to lead them. As long
Who do you
as
think you are, God?
No reason to suspect them. Then they can easily become their gods. Indeed, a new race of super beings. We are almost there. Once we perfect the artificial skin, Snatchers will transcend man to become this planet's true human beings.
If this game just ended right now by the beam obliterating everyone, that would be good.
I no longer have any use for my father. I have a sample of the new skin he developed. Once I've analyzed it, I'll be able to make as much as I need. Or if need be, we could simply culture the keratinized cells, epithelial cells, and melanocytes in the quantities that we need.
What are you talking about? How could you get a sample of perfected artificial skin?
Why don't you take a look at this? We found this in the rubble of Queen's Hospital.
Oh my God.
Random.
Oh, an acquaintance of yours?
He's a Snatcher?
That term isn't exactly accurate. This bioroid was constructed by my father without my knowledge. He modeled it after me in my youth. He built it right here in this facility. And not only that, he programmed it to destroy Snatchers. This bioroid caused me serious difficulties. It's designed and built far better than my Snatchers. The machine itself thought it was human. My father input memories for it all the way back to childhood. Those too were apparently mine. Haven't you yet realized? Random Hajil is Elijah Modner spelled backwards.
Yeah, we got it. We got it, man.
How like my father, silly old man. He did virtually overnight what I could not do in 40 years of effort. Furthermore, he makes a bioroid so perfect, even the bioroid itself believes itself to be real. What's more, the cells of the skin he developed are self-replicating. Once in place, no further transplants or culturing is necessary.
Is he dead?
Its main and locomotive systems are completely shut down. It's just scrap now. But the artificial skin is being kept alive. This we need. With this, we can move to phase 2 of our plan of full-scale infiltration of the world's major nations.
The summit's already over. You'll never succeed.
What does the summit matter? Nothing holds us back now that we have this perfect skin. We can go anywhere we want, and there will be no way to tell us apart. I will have free control over the world. Nothing will be able to stop me. Politics and free thought will no longer have any meaning. My will alone will decide the course of human history.
You egomaniac. Do you think you can snatch the entire population?
There's a fully automated Snatcher factory under the Kremlin. Even as we speak, scores of new Snatchers are being born.
But no matter how hard you try, you won't be able to snatch the people's heart and soul. What do you hope to gain from this anyway?
Jamie, the human race is composed of fools. But I'm different. I will be its savior. Indeed, not just of mankind, but of all life on the planet.
I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Metal!
In 10 minutes, this church will be struck by a phased
What?
particle beam. I am guiding the beam from the attack satellite using GPS and 15 navigational satellites. The beam cannot miss. Everything in a 2 to 3 kilometer radius from me will be destroyed.
Stop this foolishness now. I will not have my research destroyed by some souped-up pocket calculator.
Metal, what happened at the summit?
The delegates, worried about the Snatcher menace, voted unanimously to allow the use of nuclear weapons on the city. The military is presently imposing a quarantine on Neo Kobe.
What? Do they intend to kill everybody?
The populace is in a state of panic. However, they have agreed to lift the quarantine if this church is struck by the phased particle beam. This is our last chance. I will handle things here. Gillian, Jamie, you two must flee.
You insignificant mass of metal. You'll never...
One move and I detonate. Gillian, run!
Metal, this is crazy!
We can't let a single Snatcher get out of here. And this new artificial skin has to be destroyed as well.
I will not allow some talking scrap pile to get away with this. If you're the aiming point for the beam, then I'll just have you thrown out of here. Grab this little one and take him out of here. Cowardly little robot.
You always were a real pain in the butt.
Oh, shit.
What's that?
What? How did... You're supposed to be deactivated.
I don't go down that easy, old man.
Stop this foolish...
Shut up! Let's try to make our final moments peaceful, shall we? And you Snatchers, you touch the little guy and the old man's head comes off.
Random!
I've always hated being used. Why don't you watch the final act with me?
Gillian, you only have 5 minutes. The turbo cycle is just outside on standby. Use that to flee.
Let me go. I'm Elijah Modner. I'm your original.
I don't care if I'm an original or a copy or what. You and I are gonna die right here. If we both die, there won't be a copy anymore now, will there?
The stupid logic of a simpleton, of a machine.
Whatever it is, it's my will.
Machines have no will. Machines cannot sacrifice themselves.
We'll see about that.
You have 4 minutes. You must go. And don't forget to take care of the factory under the Kremlin.
Stop!
Gillian, even if these memories in my head are fiction...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Our memories of our time together are all too real, Random.
Gillian, you become one hell of a junker.
Gillian, it has been most recreational being your partner.
Oh, metal.
If you can, try to pick up the pieces for me, okay? Like we did for Little John?
Little John? Oh! Okay, Metal.
Hurry! You only have 3 minutes!
Thanks! Thanks, you two! Jamie, come on!
No! Don't let her go! No!
You pathetic old fool! You don't even know how to love someone!
You stupid machine! What is that idiotic grin supposed to mean?
By snatching you, I'm finally gonna get my real self back!
Random, there's less than 1 minute to go. Thanks to you, everything will be fine.
You don't owe me any thanks. Sorry to get you involved in such a big job. You did great. You're a hell of a junker.
3, 2, 1, here it comes!
Later, kid!
Wow.
Fifth Airborne Division has completed boarding. 7th Mechanized Infantry Team has completed boarding. 17th Special Engineering Squad report for boarding immediately.
So you're really going, aren't you?
It's our responsibility, too. Besides, if I go to Moscow, I may get some of my memory back. And if that happens, I'll be able to love you even more than I do now. Wait for me. I want to be with you, but first I've got to destroy this terrible factory of theirs. Jamie, when I get back, let's try living together again. What do you say?
be waiting for you, too.
Katrina! Mika! You're here too?
You better be happy, Buster, with all these beautiful women seeing you off.
I'm happy you came. Let me introduce my wife.
Jamie Seed. I suppose it's a little odd introducing myself a second time, though.
What do you mean? You've never met them before, have you?
What are you talking about, Gillian? We're good friends.
Huh? Since when?
It's the first time I've met her in person, but I've spoken with her on the video phone a lot of times.
What? Have you guys been talking about me behind my back?
Okay. Trying to learn more about you was what got her. All right, well, we've never failed the Bechdel test harder in our lives. Telling Mika about how lonely it was being home alone all the time, and she told me that Jamie was always worried. Okay. Really became close. Oh boy. I'll have my memory back. I mean, and then the CIA will take you because you'll know things you shouldn't know. Beyond just friends. The Snatcher polycule. What are we doing here? Okay, that's a repeat dialogue. That's a repeat. You'll remember those things about me that you hated. Oh, there better be a Snatcher stinger. Like 100% someone here is a Snatcher. Like I would be shocked if that didn't happen. Maybe, I feel like Katrina probably, but. Because I feel like we've relatively spent less time with Katrina. I know they said dogs don't like Snatchers, but. All right, that's still a repeat. All right.
So have they finalized what they're going to do about Junker operations? I suppose this will end up being our last mission, huh?
Well, originally they were planning on disbanding the team, but now they've decided to keep us in business.
So that means...
That's right. We've been designated as one of the government's special police divisions. That puts us above the regular cops.
So the government has decided that crime by machines poses a bigger threat than crime by humans from here on out, huh?
They've chosen the new chief, too. So when you get back, you'll get to meet the new head honcho.
Well, it's comforting to know I've got a place I can come back to.
I hope the new chief is just Napoleon. Me, a captain?
Whatever you do, just come home safe, okay?
When you get back from this job, you still have a dinner date to keep with me, you know.
Don't worry. I won't forget my promises to either of you. Oops, almost forgot. Of course, I want to spend some private.
Gillian's gonna turn back towards the view, like the camera. And he's gonna do the thriller thing. His eyes are gonna change green. Thriller.
Harry and I will be waiting for you to get home.
That's Harry's hat.
We can do it this time, Gillian. Not some fake couple like before, but with love and trust.
I know, Jamie.
Take care, Gillian.
I'll see you, Jamie.
Wait for me. Take me with you.
Oh, it's Metal Gear. Oh, it's a Sega CD.
Metal?
Yes, sir. We didn't have a good frame to work with, so this is just a temporary body. Just call me Metal Gear, Sega CD for now.
So they found your memory chip in one piece, eh?
Random protected it from the blast of the beam.
Random, huh? Wait a sec.
Is that Napoleon?
I heard that sneeze somewhere before.
Really? I didn't hear anything. Anyway, I want to know if you'll take me with you. Please, Gillian, please take me with you.
Hurry up and get on board, partner.
Yes, sir, Gillian.
All right, her eyes are gonna turn green. Someone's eyes are gonna turn green like a Snatcher. I can feel it. Huh?
Throughout history, suspicion has always bred conflict. The real conflict, though, resides in people's hearts. This conflict has just begun.
That's Snatcher, folks. Can't wait for Snatcher 2. Creates and destroys. Jeremy! You know what's really neat about this game is... Oh, is there a Snatcher radio drama? Is it like translated? Like, do I have to read like a text transcription, or do they do like an English version? What's funny about this game is you know what game I really this reminds me of the most is Space Griffin VF9, because there's a lot of games like this. Well, I mean, there's some games like this, like very broadly speaking, but most of them didn't get like full localizations, right? Like especially with an English dub. There's a fan. Okay. For the radio drama. So it's just really interesting, like just like the choices that they would make for that time period. Like again, it's just like, you know, just seeing this fully done up in English. Now, of course, I feel like this release is a little more, in some ways, it's like, it feels like slightly higher production value than Space Griffin VF9, but still, I think like comparable. Mid 90s. We're gonna do the full, you know, narrative with the English dubbing. This should be a vocal track. I wonder if this was a vocal track in the original. Played it with Snatcher SD using it. The fan translation was quite butchered because of the space restrictions. Yeah, in terms of like feelings about this narrative, I mean, it's got a lot of fun references. I think like the character like archetypes are fun. the villain's kind of a wet fart. Like, he was like, yeah, I was horny and then I decided maybe I'd become God. Like, I don't know, dog. Pick a lane. Katrina barely shows up in this. Like, I can see why like Police Knots in a lot of ways is a much better swing at this. Better maybe is the wrong word, but like more fully fleshed out. Feeling cute. Gonna become God. Gonna kidnap my dad. Rodriguez. That is not right. Yeah, Random is obviously very cool. Metal Gear is pretty cool. Gillian, I feel, is like more like, I guess, less harmful than Jonathan, maybe? Question mark. Harry, I like. It's just there's not much of him in the game. I feel like Harry like reminds me a lot of Hank from Shogo. And also kind of like FF15 Sid, frankly. Although more Hank from Shogo. It's astonishing to me that Konami's never tried to like put this on anything else. Given what copies of this game go for, like, I don't know, put it on GOG somehow. And Konami's done that with some of their games, right? Like they put like Silent Hill 4 and stuff on GOG. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Yeah, I'm pretty sure The Room is on GOG. Yeah, I think it came out a while ago, and they've even updated it since then. There was a news story not that long ago that apparently they finally fixed the broken haunting. If you're not familiar with Silent Hill 4, it like takes place in an apartment, and there's hauntings that can happen randomly, and like one of them was broken on the PC version. Apparently they finally fixed it, or like I think there was a fan patch that fixed it, and now the GOG version comes with that fan patch. So yeah. All right. Do we live here now? Oh no, we actually get to Stinger? Oh, title screen. No one was secretly a Snatcher. I'm shocked. That's funny. I can't believe that. All right. Well, it's almost normal stream ending time anyway, so no reason to do any 10 Dead Doves right now. Tomorrow night should be a full stream of 10 Dead Doves. We'll continue pushing our way through that. That game is like a How Long to Beat of like what, like 8 hours or something, right? I wonder if there's How Long to Beat data for that. 7 hours. So, you know, I'm not going to stress about beating that tomorrow. We'll get as far as we can in it, and we'll see where it takes us. There's not much data for that on. Yeah, it seems like the play times are like 9, 7. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But that'll be the plan for tomorrow night. I'll put out a schedule tomorrow as well. I think the general plan right now, tomorrow in a short stream. Yeah. So I feel like right now, my guess is that definitely no stream Friday. There may be a stream on Saturday is probably unlikely. I am currently planning to do a very long bike ride on Saturday. So I might stream in the evening. I'm not gonna plan on it. My guess is on Sunday, I will probably be finishing 10 Dead Doves, and maybe we finish 10 Dead Doves and do NBA Shootout. That'll probably be my tentative plan. Probably Sunday evening. So, reminder: Sunday is U.S. Mother's Day. So, you know, do what you got to do. Yeah, and then from there it'll be Pippin time. It'll be probably Panzer General time by the time we get to next week. Yeah, so reminder, of course, if you've not done your bracket and you want to do that, you'll want to get that in probably before Sunday, is my guess. And we'll go from there. So let me go ahead, say that we have finished Snatcher. The Snatch has happened. I guess I'll get the screen up. Of course, the sub game poll still going. We'll be going on. I gotta probably once I start getting on Pip stuff, I'll get Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor set up, and we'll take it from there.